The Day Before has been delayed to November and delisted from Steam, but for a very strange reason: trademark issues. It's almost perfect timing if you weren't ready to show the raw gameplay footage that you promised. People are now almost certain that this game is fake, but just for the sake of the argument, just for fun, let's pretend it's real. Let's say that this trademark issue stuff is real and that raw gameplay is coming. Well, I will tell you this. Raw gameplay footage won't save this game. I don't even think it's as important as people think it is. Sure, proof of life is nice, but there's one thing that is more important than nobody's talking about it. I'm 3,000-year-old Grim Hollywood, baby. You're watching 3K Sesh, and this is before the day before. Drop my keys around here somewhere. If you weren't worried about the Day Before yet, well, it seems like everybody else is getting the No Man's Sky heebie-jeebies. This open-world MMO zombie survival game stole our hearts in January 2021. A DayZ meets Last of Us styled game. Come on, baby! Even still, there was appropriate criticism because the gameplay trailer was scripted and pre-rendered.
Let's pick up some supplies and get out of here.
And extremely cringe.
All right. I have found a great cowboy hat.
If my friends talked like this, I'd be afraid for my life.
Cut to 2 years later, and there's still nothing more that we know about this game. We've only seen more scripted gameplay trailers and terrible marketing of this game. People are starting to call this game a scam and something that this game isn't even real, to the point where the developer is now responding with raw gameplay footage.
Yes, developer Fntastic will release raw gameplay footage soon. What the hell is raw gameplay? Do you mean real gameplay, Fntastic? Because the past trailers have been scripted, rehearsed, and pre-rendered, giving us old heads real 8 Days vibes. 8 Days was a game way back in the day that had completely scripted sequences, and later the game was cancelled. But unlike 8 Days, the Day Before's gameplay is less important than its overall concept. The one thing that actually matters most in a game like The Day Before is its gameplay systems.
The questions we need to be asking are, how many people per server? This is supposed to be an MMO, right? So do the servers reset like Rust and DayZ? You can apparently build and work on your own cabin, so how many cabins are there? Is it like GTA and you're safe in your cabin? Does everybody get one? What happens to your base when or if the servers reset? Can someone steal your base? Or can I build one myself from scratch? And when you go into designer mode for the base, are you invulnerable to damage? Not that you should or shouldn't be, but these are just questions that people should be asking. Most importantly, what's the point beyond looting and shooting? Sure, that's fun. That's why we all want to play this baby. Hey, I love DayZ. But there is definitely a finite amount of time before a gameplay loop can feel repetitive. We really want a deeper reason to explore these worlds. It's the Fallout 76 scenario again. You can put all the gameplay features from Fallout in it, but you need a real narrative or motive or system to explore and survive. Rust, DayZ, and hell, even Minecraft have developed their gameplay systems enough so that the survival gameplay loop alone is fun. But we haven't seen or heard anything about the systems in The Day Before. We don't know how this game works. A game like Starfield will succeed because of the developer's intricate focus of its systems, pulling from older space sims. Check out my video on it if you haven't seen it yet. The developers Fntastic haven't shared anything, just these scripted trailers. In an age where the industry's power is getting back to the consumer and the studios are more open about their development, Fntastic's lack of is frankly disrespectful. Announcing that they'll be dropping raw gameplay footage, aka real gameplay footage, on their Discord and nowhere else is very unprofessional. I think of Avalanche and Portkey Studios' fantastic, pun intended, marketing of their game Hogwarts Legacy and how it's helped its success, and it is totally appreciated among the fan base. Their publisher Warner Brothers probably has assisted with that, so I look at the publisher for The Day Before, Mytona. their portfolio is just as scarce as Fntastic's. And as far as Fntastic's cringe philosophy of volunteering, I don't really think that it is appropriate for them to be sharing that at this stage before the game's release, or frankly, any time, especially because these guys will be making the money when it's out.
Whatever you do in life, you do it
for free.
But I'm still no skeptic. I want a hero underdog story. I want this game to be great. I think an updated DayZ is a niche that if the day before doesn't fulfill, another game in the future will. But more questions we need answered. In this trailer here, they say there's an area where you can buy and sell with other players, a marketplace. But is this the marketplace they were talking about? The character customization looks minimal, but alright, the main focus is looting and zombies. So, okay, can we stash our loot like in DayZ? That doesn't seem like an unreasonable mechanic to me. What happens when we die? How does the respawn system work? These are only a few of the questions that need to be answered. If this game is real, then Fntastic really is botching this release. And that would be no surprise. They're rookies. I don't see their marketing really improving miraculously. Their unprofessionalism is almost dipping into arrogance, but again, they are rookies. In an interview with IGN, Fntastic says there's a Destiny 2-like hub where all the players can go and interact. They mentioned the Woodbury Survivor Colony where players can interact with other players, join groups, talk to some residents, take quests, and have fun. So there's quests in the game? We haven't seen anything about that yet. They also go on about base building and mention that it will be similar to Animal Crossing, and not so much building from sticks and stones. It still doesn't answer a lot. In an interview with WFFCTech, they asked my server question, but Fntastic says we have a very flexible server system. We're still testing the best number of players for the best possible experience in the day before. This interview was back in March of 2021 as well, but it's time that they answer this question. They say that there's no loading screens. In between what? I guess the colonies and the open world? Then they mention there's human NPCs that are more likely to shoot you in the head instead of a greeting.
What?
In an interview with Gaming Bolt back in March 2021, the devs say that they are testing a system of reputation within the colony so that your activity will affect your progression in the story. The story? I really like WFFCTech's questions. Will there be a clan system? Fntastic just dodges it again, saying that that will be in their next videos. They reference that there's a corridor in the end of this trailer and it's a part of the large laboratory complex of the mysterious Azure Initiatives Corporation. They say it's a PvE area, I guess a dungeon. Quests and dungeons are really cool ideas, very cool ideas, but we haven't seen any of them off the paper. These are things that we need to see, which brings us back to the beginning.
If somehow the day before is real, then how the hell does it work? Oh, my keys. Sweet.
I do other video game predictions. On the left, we got Starfield, and on the right, we got Hogwarts Legacy. Choose your adventure. Bitch. No. Much love. Namaste, Grim Gang.